Alright, getting my breakfast ready for the week. So basically I have a ton of Count Chocolate because it was 30% off. If you go all the way up, follow me up. I got a whole bunch of it there. Because I don't even think we paid $1.30 for it or something like that. And we got some Lucky Charms, just marshmallows. So that's basically what I have all week. Boyfriend surprised me with those a while ago. They're so good. So the soup is done. I added some more salt, pepper, onion powder, savory. And that's supper. 2 pieces of bread with butter. And I got a whole bunch more left. Probably even 2-3 more bowls in there. Maybe 4. Okay guys, we're going to make kind of like a, what we call a poor man's hamburger steak. We're going to use what we have because it's a Pantry challenge. Thawed out green peppers from the freezer. Butter and garlic flavor rice. Never tried it before. It's a Sabre brown sauce, like a gravy. 4 hamburger patties. And casserole dishes. So we're going to try and put it together. And that's going to be supper. Well guys, I found some cherry Jell-O in the cupboard. 2 boxes. I got my kettle on the boil and I have another pot on the boil because I'm going to make pasta salad. Normally, I only make pasta salad in summer. I don't make it in the winter. I kind of consider it a summer food because you serve it cold. But I have the stuff to make pasta salad, so I'm going to. And I'm going to make the Jell-O, and I'm going to put them in mason jars. This is my second time making Jell-O so far on this Pantry challenge. Alright, my water is ready. So Jell-O is 1 to 1 to 1. So it's 1 cup of boiling water to 1 cup of cold water to 1 box. I'm doing 2 boxes. So I need 2 cups of boiling water. And I'm going to take my whisk and slowly go around and dissolve all the crystals. I mean, I don't know, I feel kind of weird. Doesn't everybody know how to make Jell-O? Okay, so I'm making these in mason jars. I got a bunch of different sizes. And we're just going to pour it in. Okay, my water's boiling for my pasta salad. For some reason I found just this many pennies left. It's the bigger ones. And I have a whole whack ton of the little pennies. So I'm just going to measure what I think is right. Give it a stir so it doesn't stick. And now I wait for that. Okay, so I got my bowl ready, and we are going to assemble the flavorings for the pasta salad. So I have salt. Okay, there's some salt. I'm going to put a little bit of paprika. I'm going to put onion powder because I am out of onions. If I had onions, I would put onions. If I had a red onion, I'd put a red one. Garlic powder. Parsley. Okay. Parsley doesn't do much. I made bacon bits. You saw me make those before. Not many. Really. Hardly anything. Plus I just dropped most of them all over the counter. So we'll have to fix that later. Frozen corn. And some frozen orange and red peppers that I cut up. Okay. So all this is going to get mixed together. So that's just going to sit there. I'm waiting for my noodles to be finished. Today we're going to use peppercorn ranch. It's really good. It's in a plastic bottle. I have yet to find a salad dressing I like in a glass bottle. I also have some of that habanero cheese cubes. So basically what's going to happen is when I take my pasta out, I'm going to rinse it under hot water, and I'm going to put the pasta noodles right on top of this. The heat from the noodles is going to be enough to cook or thaw out the vegetables. It's going to be how I like it. I'm going to wait till it cools down. Then I'm going to add my ranch. Then I'm going to add my cheese and throw it in the fridge. Okay, I'm going to rinse my noodles. Come back on the top to drain. Now I'm going to take my noodles, throw them right on top. Give them a mix. And they're going to thaw out that corn and the peppers enough. I never cook them. I never cook my corn or peppers or stuff, or if I'm doing green peas, I don't cook them. I just let the heat of the pasta cook them. So I'm going to mix this together. It smells really good with that, all those spices. Now, pasta salad is one of those things where you could make it and you could put like a ton of spices and stuff and taste it and you're like, oh yeah, it tastes good. But if you let it sit the next day and then taste it, then you'll really notice the flavors come through. Alright, so it's cooled down enough. So I'm going to stick some salad dressing in it. Usually, I do practically half a bottle. Depends how big the salad is. Because the thing with pasta salad is you're going to stick it in your fridge overnight and it's going to absorb everything. So you're going to think that it's very liquidy, but it's not. Because it's just going to absorb everything. So that's not enough. And I got it all over me. I'm going to stick my cheese in because now my cheese won't melt. So that's fine. There you go. And that's basically done. So I'm going to transfer this into a bowl. I could close with a lid, throw it in the fridge. Alright, so supper. We got some sausages, the last of my green peas and corn. They come in plastic bags, and you know what? For someone trying to be zero waste, it's not that easy, okay? And this rice. Fast and fancy Chinese style fried rice. You have to cook this one. It's not already cooked. I've never bought it before, but I think it was on special, and I'm like, oh, I'll get it and I'll try it. Look how nice and golden. It's taking up the whole cast iron pan. I'm very excited. I'm very excited, and it's not even me going to eat it. So I'm making pancakes, as you can tell. We have a giant, was that a gallon bag of blueberries? I found some marmalade, not even open, in my cupboard, way in the back. And I found some strawberry jam that's almost finished in the fridge. So that is what's going on the pancakes. I'm making these pancakes for my son because he requested them. And by the way, it's 9:46 at night. Yeah, and I'm making pancakes. Go figure. Well, another supper. I got turkey breasts, smoked and maple flavor. Never tried them before, but you know, I like turkey and I like the flavoring, so it should be fine. I got my last 4 potatoes. They got eyes growing on them, but it doesn't matter. Just we're gonna pick them off. Plus, this is a little bit. This hurts a little bit because I love potatoes. I got carrots, which I plan to cook carrots and potatoes and mash them together. And I got some green beans. These are actually from my garden. So hopefully they're good, and hopefully the supper turns out. Just a small leftover supper here. Got some of that turkey, barbecue sauce, pickles, blueberry buckle, my Coke. And I don't feel like cooking any other stuff. It's already past 6 o'clock, and this'll do. We are going to make a smoothie. I have some bananas that I put in the microwave for like 20 seconds. Some blueberries that have to be eaten today. Some milk. That has cocoa powder in it. I got all this cocoa powder. And this is my little ninja guy. So we're going to see what this looks like and how it blends. Okay guys, what you're looking at is my Hamilton Beach Artisan Bread Maker. I've had this thing for years. It works amazing. I actually messed it up one day. So I'm making the dinner roll recipe. It's just the dough, like it mixes the dough and rises the dough for you. And it's ready. So I'm going to tell you what I did one day. Stupid me. It has a bucket, as you know most bread pans do. I went to make the recipe and I poured stuff directly in here instead of pouring it in the bucket. I didn't realize the bucket was not in. So, as you can imagine, what happened, it got flooded with milk. And I kept it upside down for a few days. And it drained. And I prayed and prayed and prayed that it would still work. And it did. So it came back to life. So it's not dead. Thank God. So this dough is ready. This is a really good recipe. This is like an amazing recipe. Dinner roll recipe. But I use it for everything. Not just dinner rolls. I use this for loaf bread, submarines, hamburger buns, anything. It has turned out fine. No problem. So I'm using my spatula here to cut it. Because there's a few things I want to make today. One, I took out bruschetta from the freezer. Now, the jury's out whether it's any good. I haven't checked yet. I've never frozen bruschetta before, but I heard you can. So I want to make bread to have bruschetta on it. I need to make about 3 hamburger buns. And what you see here is marinara sauce, pizza spices, and cheese. I want to make 2 little pizza pockets, maybe 3, I don't know. We'll see. So I'm just going to shape the hamburger buns. So I don't want them, because this gets pretty puffy, so I want to keep them kind of flat. So that looks okay. I have my air fryer thing with some aluminum foil and butter. I haven't bought aluminum foil in years, but I'm back to buying it now, which is too bad. Kind of pisses me off, to be honest. I don't know why I bought it. I needed it for something specific. I can't remember. So I'm just going to do 3 little buns because I think I'm going to do burgers. I'm not sure. As you know, we're doing this pantry challenge, and we ate so much out of the little freezer here on the fridge that the boyfriend went upstairs shopping, and he found a bunch of stuff. So there's 3 buns. We'll cover them. So first, we found this cheese in my freezer upstairs. If you've not tried this cheese before, find it and try it. This is vegan cheese, mozzarella style, and it's called Violife. Guys, it is amazing. To me, it smells like butter. Almost 100% smells like butter. It's amazing. It also smells a little bit like mozzarella, but it just smells like butter, and it kind of tastes like butter to me. So I'm going to stretch out my dough a little bit, not too much. You don't want it too thin. If you think it's too thin, do it over. That's all. And it's not going to be a huge thing. It's supposed to be like a pizza pocket. I make these, geez, I used to make these all the time with like all kinds of ingredients and stuff. I even did like a chicken one. And you can put like corn and black beans and make it like Santa Fe style. So I take a thing of sauce. I take my pizza spices. Ooh. Almost had a catastrophe here. Well, not doing too good today. Let's put it down. You take your cheese. And I just like grab it and pull it. So this one's going to be a mess. I could already tell. I don't think I had enough, I didn't have enough dough. So this is going to be a disaster. But, you know what, guys? It's going to taste good anyways. It's going to taste good anyway. So let's try another one, but with more dough. So that was my fault. I didn't have enough dough. You know, cooking doesn't have to be fancy. No Michelin star restaurant over here. You know, as long as it tastes good. Okay, so let's try again. So this one's a lot bigger. This one's better. Okay, so let's put the sauce. Let's put my spices. Scoop up all this cheese. Let's get some more cheese. So if you had pepperoni and stuff and green peppers, mushrooms, you put whatever you want in it, but I'm not doing that right now. This is just a very straightforward thing. So I have it in my casserole dish. So it's going to go in the oven. What's left over, we're going to make into a little loaf. So like I said, I have the bruschetta out in the fridge that I had frozen. I really hope I really hope it's still edible. I don't know. So I just wanted to do like a little loaf. I'm just going to fold everybody inside to each other like this. And I have a casserole dish. And that's what I'm going to do. So him and the buns have to rise. So my hamburger buns and my little tiny loaf has to rise. Usually 45 minutes. And I'm going to cover it with this towel. This towel was handmade by a YouTube channel called Thorhaven Farms in Quebec. So this is my favorite towel. I only use it for bread. Alright guys, the pizza pockets are out of the oven. Nice and toasty. And they're lava. Not going to touch them. They should be good. Well guys, you ready for some real YouTube? Look at this. I am such an idiot. I don't know why I can't remember things. I cooked that loaf in my little toaster oven. I'm not supposed to because this happened before because there's not enough room and it touches the element and it burns. I'm supposed to cook it in my little machine over there. Totally forgot again. I don't know why. I can't remember. So anyways, I'm going to see if I can just cut it off and salvage some of it. I don't know. Hamburger buns are done. They're a little really puffy, but you know, that's fine. And that's the pizza pocket back there. Anyways, that's my day. Hi guys, welcome back to the Pantry Challenge. We are continuing. We're still doing it. It's from January 18th to January 31st is what you're going to see. You're going to see videos and pictures pop up. And my name is Corey, in case you don't know. And things are getting a little bit more serious now. So, if you've watched the video, I'm out of potatoes. Oh my god. I love potatoes. I am a potato fiend. They're so good. You could do so much with potatoes. I just freaking love them. So there is no more potatoes. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. because I just love potatoes. Another thing that ran out was the mini soda cans I drink. So I don't know if you watched my other videos, but I'm trying to cut down on soda. This is a tea. And I was taking a mini soda can to work. So I could still have soda, but just like a smaller thing. And then when I get home, I have a full-size can of Coke. So I'm trying to cut down. So it's official. There's no more mini sodas. So I'm going to have to live off of like tea or water. I have those little Crystal Light powder things you put in your water to drink water. So we'll see. I don't know. I found those in my pantry as well. So yeah, so basically I'm on one normal size can of Coke a day from so much more. I cut down so much, but it is very difficult because you're talking sugar and you're talking caffeine. It's an addiction. That's how I see it. So got my little notes, my papers as usual. So another thing that's out of the house is we finished off all the hard cheese. You know, the big blocks of cheese you buy? Now, for my boyfriend, that is non-negotiable. He has to have that. He's like a mouse or something. So he has bought more. I'm just not using it. He will use it for his stuff, but I won't use it. We're also out of pasta, with the exception of spaghetti. I still have spaghetti, but all the other pasta is gone, and that for my son is like impossible. So he actually used his gift card and went out and bought some penny pasta because he loves pasta. So again, I'm just not going to touch his pasta. I'm going to keep going with the older stuff in the house. Sides. So I said I'm out of potatoes. The only thing left is carrots. I have a ton of carrots. I don't mind carrots. I like carrots. But the boyfriend is getting annoyed with just having carrots. And sometimes I don't feel like carrots. So I think the trick is to cook them differently. Normally I boil them. So I'm going to start roasting them and trying to do other things. You saw one time that I mashed the carrots with the potatoes and stuff. So that changes the flavor. So I have to come up with new ideas with the carrots I have. What else? The weirdest meal you would have saw in the video was the ramen with the samosas, which cracked me up because I had bought those samosas and I didn't know, and I didn't notice that there is the samosas I bought are the kind that you're supposed to deep fry. There's no other cooking instructions on the box. I never bought that brand before, but I like samosas because they're vegetarian. They're not vegan, but they're vegetarian, but they're really good. They have good spices. So I figured out in my air fryer how to cook them. And then those 2 packs of ramen, I know those 2 packs of ramen have been there for more than a year. Because that is like, I always have like emergency food in the pantry. I don't know if you know what I mean. But stuff that's like super fast, that doesn't go bad, and you know, it's not really good for you, but it's always there. So I know that was way in the back, and I know it was over a year. So they're gone. That's where we stand right now. Like I said, it's starting to get, you know, you have to be more creative. You have to figure out what you're going to do. Having no soda at work, it's hard. Because I'm committed to the 1 can of Coke a day. So if I bring the 1 can at work, then when I come home at night, I can't have my soda. So I'd rather go without at work and then have it at home. So it is getting more tricky, and I don't know if it's getting more tricky for you, because like I mentioned in my first video about doing this pantry challenge was, for some context, I don't have a stock load of food. There is no huge pantry, there's no huge freezers, there is no like you see in the homesteaders and the preppers and stuff where they have like, you know, hundreds of can jars and stuff like that. I don't have that. So this is a more realistic look into a pantry challenge for like a normal family or a normal person, I would say. And yeah, it's gonna get harder. but I'm going to keep going as far as I can go. And I want to know your stance on buying stuff to use the stuff you have. So I had mentioned before that I have like gallon bags of hot peppers. I was supposed to make my hot sauce, my first ever hot sauce. I don't have any of the ingredients to make hot sauce. So I'm thinking, well, what if I go out and buy the ingredients to make the hot sauce to get rid of the bags of peppers that are taking up room in my freezer? But then again, that's buying more food that I'm not supposed to. So I'm undecided. I'm undecided yet. Maybe if it comes to that at the end, then I might do it. But right now, I don't really need to do it. So we'll see. Let me know how you guys are doing. If it's getting more challenging for you, and what little tricks you're doing for like new sides and ideas and stuff. So I'll see you next time.